I first worked with my first cancer, this is interesting because it's how we refer to people with cancer in Scotland. Well, I don't want to say in general, but my experience has been the word survivor is not appreciated, and it tends to be a phrase, someone who is living with or beyond cancer. So I first worked with someone who was still living with cancer. It must be about 19 years ago now. But I've been working with people with chronic illness for about 25 years, but the person was about 19 years ago. So she had had breast cancer, she had had a mastectomy, and prior to the mastectomy, she'd had various cancer treatments, and she was really ill. She was then given an implant, and the implant didn't take. She was then given another implant using a different substance, and that didn't take. And then the surgeon decided that he was going to use her gracilis muscle to make a natural breast. So she came to me as a trainer and someone who worked with people with long-term chronic illness. And we had this conversation about, right, let's get your gracilis muscle meaty, let's get it healthy, let's get it in the best condition possible. I mean, it sounds, it sounds so cold in a sense when I'm relaying this story, but it was in order to give the surgeon some good quality muscle to work with. The gracilis muscle is not a huge muscle, so therefore we decided that most of our training sessions would be focusing on legs and working on gracilis, etc. But what was fascinating at the time, as I say, this was about 20 years ago now, and what was really interesting was I got a chance to speak to her surgeon, only because she'd had that conversation with him. On hearing this, he wanted to chat to me. Now, 20 years ago, 19 years ago, that was unheard of, that a surgeon is going to want to talk to, a trainer, a clinical exercise specialist. That really didn't happen. So, hats off to that surgeon, really. So him and I had a couple of conversations, only because he loved my way of thinking. He loved the fact that I was focusing on making her this particular muscle healthy, meaty, etc. And he said that that would go towards be really beneficial in the surgery. And thankfully, what was amazing was that surgery actually worked. Now, that was obviously down to a lot of things, but that surgery ended up working over and above the implants. So during lockdown, I built, we have a social enterprise, and I didn't, the IT guy did, but it was my idea. We built an online 24/7 access gym from any country, any time zone, laptop, iPhone, and it is called gogym.uk, and we have cancer rehabilitation in there. So we have exercises for breast cancer, prostate cancer, general cancer. We have videos. We've got videos that are a minute long. We've got videos for when you're having chemotherapy days, when you've got severe fatigue. It is all in there in GoGym, and we are a social enterprise, and we built that during lockdown purely to address the inactivity that I was beginning to hear from all the organisations that sort of request my advice. Because of lockdown, this is why we built GoGym.